Just sitting here waiting for one of my friends to go ahead and show up so that we can put together kind of a fun little video.
Cooking.
My man.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Doing well.
Good.
How have you been?
Good. How are you?
You guys know who this guy is? This is Jimmy Lewis. Yeah, you've seen him on the channel before. This is Jimmy. He's the man.
Ready to go. Ready to try out a lawnmower today.
Talking with Jimmy about our lawnmower that we are going to be using today. It's going to be the Time Master. It's the 228cc model. It is the actual 2017 newer version of it. I'm looking to see what his reaction is on this as he gets to see it for the first time. He hasn't seen it. We're sitting here just going to talk about expectations and what we expect to see, what he expects from, and what he wants from this mower.
Okay, here it is. Wow. It's bigger than I thought. I didn't realize how wide it was. So that's the first thing that stands out to me is just how wide it is. And that excites me. That makes me really excited to get it and try it out here because already I know it's going to save some time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have actually purchased in the last couple of years a Toro snowblower, and so I'm familiar with the personal pace and that system. But I'm really curious to see how it translates to the lawnmower and mowing the lawn rather than pushing snow off the driveway and throwing snow off the driveway. The other thing too that I'm interested in is my current mower is a 21-inch deck. It's a Husqvarna. I picked it up at Lowe's. It was my very first lawnmower for my home, and it just takes forever to mow that lawn. We're talking a couple hours plus at a time.
Because you have what size lawn?
12,000 square feet. And that's including both the front yard and the backyard. Yeah. And the front yard, really, that mower is perfect for that front yard. If that's all I had, that'd be great. But the backyard is where most of that turf is.
Yeah, because I've seen some of the shots of your backyard, and your backyard does look expansive. You got a beautiful backdrop. I just have to drop that out there first. That backdrop, and hopefully he puts it in his video right here. That backdrop that he has is superb. Love it. It's kind of like when I pan over and I show my mountains, but he just has it as his backyard.
It's straight back. It's beautiful.
But that big backyard of his definitely has a beautiful scenery and everything.
Yeah. And as much as I love looking at it, saving time mowing is really gonna help out. So hopefully with that 30-inch deck, if I understand right, it's a true 30-inch.
It is
cut. You don't have to really overlap
Nope.
your passes.
Nope.
And for me, I have to make sure that when I cut with my current mower, I have to overlap into the previous pass at least the width of the wheels.
Correct.
To make sure that blade's overlapping the previous cut and I'm not missing any spaces.
Yeah, not to shamelessly plug this, but inside of that Toro Time Master versus my Honda 21-inch deck, I did show that little piece. I will put it in the card on my channel up above that shows what he's exactly talking about. Because on the Honda, yes, to get it in, because the blade sits on the inside of that wheel, so you have to cut that wheel off to be able to do it. So you're losing 2 inches. On this, as you look down the wheel, you can actually see that it sits on the outside. The blade comes outside the wheel. We can demonstrate it also. That right over the wheel, that the blade actually sits on the insides of the wheels. So you have to cut from the outside edge, goes on the inside edge of your last pass to have that overlap. So over here on the Time Master, if you look, the blade sits right out on the outside of this wheel. So if you go edge, outside edge, and line it up with your next outside edge, you actually have an overlap right here. So it makes it really nice. What other things are you looking for this?
I think really those are the biggest things. I'm curious to see how the personal pace translates to the lawnmower because my current mower, it's just the squeeze there's the throttle, and then there's the actual drive.
Okay.
So I have to squeeze it, and then it goes. And the nice thing about my current mower is it is 4-wheel drive. I know the Time Master is 2-wheel drive.
Rear.
And so I'm curious to see how that translates over, and then of course maneuverability and things like that around the yard.
So one of the things I'm actually going to give you a tip on, and a lot of people won't do this because they think that they kind of have to horse it around. Because of that personal pace system, as you make those turns, put a little bit of pressure in those turns and just feel it walk itself around, because you'll feel it just catch and it will actually move for you and walk yourself around in it with your pace. So as you get up in a tight space, and we'll get you kind of tight over there, you'll be able to see how it just grabs and it kicks and it moves itself around. On the Time Master, plain out and simple, I do recommend always using 2 trim passes, just because of where it's at, just because of how it reacts in turns and stuff. Not that it won't make it if you only do a single pass or not even a pass at all, but that 2 passes actually opens it up so that you make beautiful turns and you don't lose any continuity of like a stripe or how you're looking or anything.
Cool. Well, I think we can talk all day about it. Let's pull it out and see what it can do.
Get that done. Sweet. See you in the lawn. Jimmy knows how to lay down a stripe. Look at those stripes he just laid down. And he was learning, and so he was playing with it. He knows what he's doing. Look at him one-handed already. Like he feels what a throw. 110. So the first time you've ever used this mower, and now you're getting into a tight space with it, first time, what's your impressions? In a tight space, 30-inch deck, obviously with the striper and everything.
It's definitely bigger than what I'm used to, so I feel like I definitely have to put a little more muscle into it, but that's to be expected. But other than that, it turns on a dime. It's super nice, it's super maneuverable. If ever a homeowner needs to get in there and have to weave around a little bit, totally doable.
I can let you time yourself in the backyard how long it would take you just to mow the backyard. It's 4,600 square feet, and then you can have a good reference on how long it takes to mow 4,600 square feet. Says you were doing all the work and I'm the one stripping off clothing. So I appreciate the free lawn mowing there that I got. And it doesn't look half bad. Man knows how to stripe.
I owed it to you.
So playing with it, you got to play with it for a good, what are we, about 30 minutes in, and talking about it, moving it around the yard, experimenting with it. Your thoughts?
I definitely would really like to have this mower. I've been looking at a couple different mowers, and this has been really, honestly, towards the top of the list.
Nice.
You see a lot of other people in the community using it. It has a lot of time on YouTube, and there's a reason, and I think I understand that now, having actually used it and put it through the paces and learned more about it from you. I really enjoyed using it. I couldn't believe how easy it was to push it with one hand. That was really neat.
That personal pace system actually is an extremely intuitive and extremely easy system to use, even if you have no use with it prior, and coming into it and knowing how to just maneuver it. You just got to get after it. You can't be shy. You got to let it do its work. It knows what pressure it feels, and it reacts to that pressure. One thing that I always recommend to people, and it was something I failed to tell you, but it didn't matter because you picked it up anyways, is that you hold your arms stiff and you push with your body walking into it. Yeah. Instead of letting your arms flex like this, because the mower will go back and forth. I didn't see the jerkiness with him. He actually picked it up without being coached, so it's not something you have to know ahead of time.
Yeah, a lot of it really just came naturally, and I think that's the intent of the design of the personal pace anyways, is it's a natural start into your pass.
Correct. Yeah, they didn't name it wrong. It is personal pace. Yeah. It is very intuitive just for that. It's a self-propelled system, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, so I think I'm definitely probably going to be making a trip to the Home Depot here pretty soon, or my local dealer, and depending on who has the better offer, of course, but I definitely see this saving me a lot of time. Not only am I going to appreciate that, but my wife's going to appreciate that too, because I'll be in the house a lot sooner. The other thing too is storing my current lawnmower is a pain. Even when I was trying to change the oil on it a couple weeks ago, I wanted to put the handle upright so I could lean it over and tip it over and have something to prop it up on. And my handle doesn't have this many adjustment points. This, it's so easy. You push here and it's straight vertical. I would have killed for this a couple weeks ago on my mower when I was changing the oil. So for storage, and it's perfect.
Exactly. Another feature that I didn't actually tell you about, because you're about a similar height to me, but if your wife is shorter, like my wife is only 5'5", she says 5'6", but I don't let her have that extra inch. I don't. So she's 5'5", and so go ahead and put it down to where we just had it. Right there. Okay. Now put it down one more. So it goes down, and it actually can be used by somebody who's a lot shorter, and it hits them in a good place. Like with us that are 6 foot, 6'1", it's hitting us in our chest. We can maneuver it and work it. On somebody 5'5", it's up near their eyes, and they're mowing through the handle. So it moves down and actually moves it down to their chest.
A lot
at
more
that
comfortable.
level.
Yeah. So it's clearly well thought out. It's a great design. It has all the features that you would want, especially if you have a larger than average yard, like you or I do, and I'm really excited about this machine.
I really appreciate you coming out here today and taking time to learn about the Toro Time Master and actually giving your first impressions and your first thoughts, because that's what this is about. Is being able to use something on your lawn, see what those first impressions are, because I've been using it so long, I have a bias towards it. I put out a reaction video. I've been using it for 3 months before I put out a reaction video. I wanted to see somebody walking off of their YouTube channel, coming to mine and saying, hey, let's see what this is about. He said he wanted to do it. We got him up here, and now we have a true off-the-cuff, 30 minutes with the machine, true feel and how he experienced it.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. It was actually more than I expected, and I really appreciate the invite,
Not a problem.
letting me come up here. It was definitely worth the trip, and I'm going to be thinking about this all the way home.
No, I feel bad for you because you're about to invest in something that is a few dollars, but I don't feel bad because you're going to have something amazing on your hands.
Yeah, and it's going to last a long time.
With that said, I want your feelings. What do you feel about the Toro Time Master? I'd like you to leave it down in the bottom of my comments. Let me know. Also, as a plug to this man, because he's an amazing man, has an amazing channel he's starting up over on his side, doing amazing stuff, giving great content. Go ahead and hit his channel up. I'm going to leave it up in the card up above right here. It's going to be in the links below. Give him a shout out. Let him know that you've seen him. Go subscribe to his channel. Give him some love, please.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Not a problem.
Again, really appreciate you having me out. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this was exciting for you, just as exciting as it was for me. And we'll look forward to maybe having this in some of my future videos. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
I'm Jeremy of the Greener Lawn. Make her green.
Cool.
Let's go play in the backyard.
Coast to coast, the drop bombs. Next level.